Hi, Martha here. Hi. First, I need to tell you this is take two. To be transparent, take one. I had part of my head cut off. Oh, I'm new at this. Anyway, so when I went back inside the house, I said, "Oh my gosh!" So this is take two. I just finished the morning class, but I wanted to. Yesterday I made the post about mothers and George Floyd, and some people, their reaction, they were hurt. And so I put in the post that for you to just get to know me, and then you could see that that post was really coming from my heart. But sometimes when you type things, it's not the same thing as actually hearing the words come from someone. So here are the words coming from my mouth about that post. I really am sincere about that. If you want to talk, hi neighbors, hi. If you want to talk about the incident, I'm willing to Zoom with you and let's chat. We can go and get our little coffee, and it's still, oh no, it's not hot. We can go and get our coffee and we can chat about things. Here's what I like though, for us to just take a moment before we post things or say things, to just take a moment of self-reflection. And that's what I did yesterday. And then something that happened years ago, I thought about. And so I'd like to share that with you today. Now I'm going to try to be brief, but I can talk. And I'm not even going to edit this video. About 15 years ago, when I taught first grade, I had a student. Her family just arrived to California from the great state of Washington. And for privacy's sake, I will give my student the name Anna. Anna was incredible. So just a really wonderful child. Just everything was like new to Anna. She had come from, I think, a rural part of the state of Washington. So every day at circle time, when I would sit in my little yellow chair and the students would be around me, and I would always read, several stories, more than one story a day. And every single time, Anna would sit right next to me, and she would do this nonstop while I'm reading the story. She would just take my arm, and I'm trying to hold the book, and Hannah's just rubbing. So I thought, because her family was new to the area, to California from Washington, maybe it was a big adjustment for her. And just that touch, I thought it was like separation anxiety. But after the third day, so after her mom came to pick her up after school around the third day, I said, I noticed that Anna does this while I'm reading story time. Is she experiencing a lot of anxiety about the move to California from Washington? And the mom couldn't figure it out. She said, I don't know, Mrs. Henry, I don't know why she's doing that. So I said, okay, Mom, I'll try and get to the bottom of it. So the next day in class, sure enough, when I read the story during circle time, the rubbing continued. So after story time, during recess, when we were on the playground, I sat down on the grass and I asked Anna to come and sit with me. And I said, Anna, I said, I noticed that during story time that you like to rub my arm. I said, honey, why are you doing that? And she said, she looked up at me with these blue eyes, and I'll never forget. And her two little ponytails just flopping all over. And she said, Mrs. Henry, I'm trying to get the dirt off you. And I froze for a moment. And then I said, Hannah, I said, honey, this is not dirt. This is part of my skin. And I said, you could rub all day long. And I said, it won't come off. This is my melanin. And I said, Anna, I don't want it to come off. I said, I want to keep my beautiful cocoa brown skin. I love it. I said, honey, it's not coming off, and I don't want it off. And I said, look at and then I had her hold out her little arm. I said, we're just different shades of colors. I said, but our hearts. And then I put her hand to my heart, and I put my hand to her heart. I said, we share the same heart, honey. I said, but just the outside, we're different. And after school, when her mom came to pick her up, I said, oh, I know what happened. And then I told the mom what happened, and mom was so embarrassed. I said, no. I said, this is great. I said, and she said, oh, she, apologized profusely. And I said, Mom, I said, Anna just didn't know. And she explained, here's what she said. She said, Mrs. Henry, where we came from in Washington, there were no black people in our community. And we didn't watch much television. And so I said, that explains it. I said, okay, Mom, no problem. I'll take care of it. So the next day, I chose a special book for Circle Time, and it's called The Colors of Us. And I gave Mom this book, and I told the mother, I said, tomorrow I'm going to read this book. And then I gave the mother a copy to keep at home so that she could read it with Anna as well. And I said, this book is all about different colors. So I read this book during Circle Time, and sure enough, Anna was right next to me. So, and because of habit, she wanted she wanted to start rubbing me, but then I just gently held her hand for a moment, right? Because she still wanted that little touch. But in this book, I don't even have my glasses. Here's what it says. Isabella is chocolate brown like the cupcakes we had for her birthday. Lucy has skin that is peachy and tan. And it goes on about the different colors of people, the different colors of us. And so after we finished the story, then we all held out our hands and our arms, and we we had a discussion about our different shades, right? And it was wonderful. All the colors of us. And it talked about cinnamon, chocolate, honey, coffee, toffee, butterscotch. And they all sound so delicious. And it was incredible. So yesterday, I thought about that when I received some posts, some people who were hurt. And I said, well, that really was not my intention. And then I thought about Anna. That was not her intention to hurt me. She just didn't know, right? And at the end of the school year, her parents wrote a letter to our school superintendent, and they thanked me for being a great teacher for their daughter. And I thought to myself, she has taught me a lesson that I will never forget. And it's to not judge someone's intentions prematurely, right? It's been a blessing. So I want to extend that offer to you in person. If you are, feeling some way about this, and you really just want to talk to someone who's willing to have a discussion with you, right? Then if you want to. I'm willing, because I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, and I can't speak for all Black people either. I can just speak for me and my experiences. And I want to hear your experiences too. So maybe together, just like Hannah, Anna, maybe together we can make sense of what's going on in our world today. Sometimes it just takes us, sometimes we just have to breathe. Just breathe. Anyway, I wanted to extend my offer to chat with you if you like.